Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lessons with Mark. Now this is a series where I talk about a topic. In this topic we're going to be talking about dry store. In this topic we're going to be talking about the dry store. So I'm not going to be doing any cooking, I'm just going to be talking and explaining how my brain works and hopefully answer a lot of the questions that you write in the videos. So if you do like these videos, don't forget to like and subscribe and smash some stuff in the comments to let me know what you want to see. If you're enjoying these videos, if you're not enjoying them, you know what you want to see. Yeah, anyway. So this one is all about the dry store. Now I bang on about this all the time. I say that the dry store is the backbone of the kitchen and I 100% totally believe it. A lot of people go, hey, what's in your dry store? Now my dry store is absolutely crazy because I'm a chef, it's my life. But what I've done is I've kind of condensed what I think would be a wonderful starting point for you to go and buy ingredients so you can be creative in the kitchen. So the main one for flavor is spices, okay? But what I want you to understand, I know it kind of like looks like quite a lot, but what will happen with a lot of these ingredients is they will kind of flex into loads of different sauces. So even if you have, or sauces, rubs, whatever, if you have a quick Google of a recipe, for example, I've just pulled up here a meat seasoning. So it's got brown sugar, salt, paprika, chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder, ground cumin and dried oregano. Now if you was to take all of those ingredients and probably add some coriander seeds, then what you're verging on doing is having the base ingredients for harissa, taking out some of the sugar and putting some like more dried chilies for it and maybe some roasted red peppers. You're going to end up with these things. So what you need to understand is some of them may be a little bit more niche, which you won't use as much, but a lot of them will have rollover onto lots of different recipes. So coriander seeds and cumin seeds are basically my base flavors, which I always tend to gravitate towards because I like the sort of Middle Eastern vibes that they bring. Things like Chinese 5-spice, you know, they are quite niche in terms of if you're not going to be doing much Asian cooking, do you need to get it? Probably not. But then if you start getting other things like onion powder and garlic powder, you'll find those quite a lot in dry rubs, especially in the barbecue world. Now, where it gets exciting for me, where I get a bit carried away, is ingredients like salt, ingredients like chili. Now for me, salt, I use Cornish sea salt because it's one of the most amazing salts that you can get. Now they do a smoked salt, they do a flake, they do flavored salts. So what I say to you is just find a salt that you enjoy that you can stick to. I also use kosher salt. I'm pointing it up to there on my cupboard. I'll go grab it. I also use this stuff, kosher salt, bought off the internet, absolutely lovely. What I would suggest if you're starting to buy ingredients is stick to one that you understand, one, how it tastes, and two, how much you can use. Because when you're learning to balance flavors and all that kind of stuff, if you start jumping around with different salts and going, oh, but I put a pinch of this in last time and it was all right, that is probably where you're going to go wrong. So stick to one that you love. I use this or Cornish sea salt, but I know how much of a pinch goes in, so therefore I know how salty things are going to be. So chili. Again, there's loads of different variations of chili. Do you want to get like a chili powder? You can get smoked chili powder. I've got smoked chili powder flakes. I've got extra hot chili powder just in case. But then there's also the other types of chili that you can go and buy depending on what kind of cuisine you cook. And this is the most important thing. You could get some chipotles or some guajillo chilies, which blend down a more of a Mexican route. Your dry store will be governed by what kind of cuisines you cook. Will you be getting loads of chili powders and all that kind of stuff if you're going to be cooking Italian cuisine? Probably not. Will you be needing cumin and coriander if you're doing Italian cuisine? Probably not. So that you need to find what kind of style you're cooking, therefore you can start building out your dry store in terms of that. Again, with sugars, you know, there's so many different types. I put sugars as a kind of like overarching topic. This can be caster sugar, brown sugar, you could have molasses, all of that kind of stuff. So again, just find what you cook. Vinegars, you obviously know that I'm a bit of a vinegar boy. So I do have loads of different vinegars, but this is my vinegar, an apple cider vinegar. You can get balsamic vinegar, you can get red wine vinegar, Chardonnay vinegar, rice vinegar, all of those kind of things. But again, find the ones that you're actually going to cook with. But remember, all of this stuff in the dry store will never go off. Yes, spices do start to mute in terms of flavor, but you can rotate those. But a lot of this stuff will never go off. Oils, I've done a video on oils and it's quite a big lofty topic. So I normally cook with just a veg oil if I'm just going to be doing frying or any of that kind of thing. You can go and have a nice olive oil if you've got the budget for it. So extra virgin olive oil. I was trying to think of what it was. Evo, E-V-O-O. That's the sexy stuff. If you start to get a blend which is just like an olive oil, then it's a little bit more refined. But then just pick an oil that suits your style of cooking. Again, do you want some sesame oils to do a bit more Asian cooking? You know the drill. Then over here I put sauces. So these are your things that you'll probably have that can be like little additions to dishes. So things like honey, soy, pastes. I put paste, so things like a chipotle paste or maybe a Thai green curry paste if you don't want to do your own fresh paste. And then things like hot sauces, they can add like a real oomph to a dish. Before I go there, I'm going to write tinned. So whenever I talk about tinned stuff, again, this is like the backbone of a kitchen. So things like tinned tomatoes, they are going to build a dish with a couple of spices. You've got a wonderful thing. You can have tinned beans, tinned lentils, all of that kind of stuff will sit in the cupboard and you can just use it as and when you need. So tinned things are amazing if you've got the space. I've put over here extras because this is the kind of stuff that you can have, and it's a wonderful thing to either have in your fridge or possibly just sitting out in the dry store. So I put things like mustard, oxo cube, nut butters and tahini. So, you know, things like tahini, if you're going to make a baba ganoush, you know, you would have burn your aubergine, a couple of these spices, maybe a coriander, a bit of cumin, a nice bit of olive oil, some salt and pepper, tahini, and a bit of garlic, and then you've got a wonderful baba ganoush. Nut butters, again, great if you want to make it like a satay sauce or anything like that. And then, you know, not common sense, but again, it depends what kind of cuisine you're going to be cooking. Your pulses, your lentils, your rices, your pastas. So you could have couscous, which is just going to doodle, bulgurs, rices. I mean, rices are endless. So just pick the ones you're going to use. Pasta, you can have your grains like freekeh, noodles, you know, you name it, the list goes on. But in terms of flavour development and flavour cooking, go for things like your spices, your vinegars, your oils and your sauces, and build up your dry stuff from there. But focus on the style of cooking you're going to be doing, and don't feel you have to get everything all at once. You can add little bits and pieces as you go. Whew, that's a real waffle toffle. Anyway, I hope that helped. If you do like this, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you very much. See you later. Mark's dressed all fancy. Bye.